tell you about the day I had. Okay, let me tell you about the day I had, right? You know me, Sam. I'm just going around minding my business. I walk past this. I don't know what he had going on. Okay, I don't know what he had going on. For real. I walk past him. He looks at me. I'm minding my business, mind you. He has this look on his face like he doesn't like me. The guy's a lunatic. Okay, he's talking about he don't like me. I don't like you. I don't like you. Okay, I'm just being me. Sam, I am. You know, I'm just minding my business. Yeah. So whatever. Anywho, I see him looking at me. I see him looking at me like, you know, I didn't ruin his day. And, you know, I asked him, I'm like, do you like green eggs and ham? You know, I'm just, you know, and he tells me he doesn't like them. Tim, I am. He doesn't like green eggs and ham. The guy's a lunatic. He's deluded. So, I said, would you like them here or there? You feel me? Because, you know, maybe you don't like them right here, but you might like them over there. You feel me? So he said he doesn't like them here or there. He would not like them anywhere. He does not like green eggs and ham. He does not like them. Sam, I am. Like, what? What are you talking about? And then he's doing all these rhymes like something is wrong with him. You know, I said here or there, but something actually is wrong with him. He's deluded. So he asks, first of all, no. I ask him, I say, would you like them in the house? Would you like them with the mouse? Because, like, it's no way you don't like green eggs and ham. Like, something's wrong with him. He says, you know what he says? You know what he says to me? He says, I do not like them in a house. I do not like them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them to my yam. Like, what is his problem? You know, what is his problem? So, you know, I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. I said, would you eat them in a box? Would you eat them with the fox? And guess what he said? Guess what he said? He said, not in a box, not with the fox, not in the house, not with a mouse. I would not eat them here or there. I would not eat them anywhere. I would not eat green eggs and ham. I do not like them. Sam, I am. Like, what? Yeah, he's crazy. He's crazy. Forget it. Yeah, he's crazy. He's crazy. I say, would you? Could you? In a car? Eat them. Here they are. Like, at this point now I'm thinking maybe it's not about him liking the green eggs and ham. Maybe he just hasn't tried them. Maybe he's just, you know, like, you know, you have to be optimistic in life. You feel me? So he says, guess what? I would not, could not in a car. And I say, you may like them. You will see. You may like them in the tree. Like, maybe it's the location. Maybe you're not thinking straight. Maybe you need to open your eyes and just see. Look, guess what? He says, I could not in the tree, not in the car. You let me be. Okay. He says, I do not like them in a box. I do not like them with the fox. I do not like them in the house. I do not like them with the mouse. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them. Sam, I am. Okay, excuse me for trying to be nice. At this point, I'm pleading him. I say, a train. Could you, would you, on a train? He says, guess what he says? The smart ass says, not on a train, not in a tree, not in a car. Sam, let me be. I would not, could not in a box. I could not, would not with the fox. I would not eat them with the mouse. I would not eat them in the house. I would not eat them here or there. I would not eat them anywhere. I do not eat green eggs and ham. I do not like them. Sam, I am. Dramatic, you know. I say in the dark, here in the dark. Could you in the dark? He says, I would not, could not. In the dark. Who doesn't want to eat green eggs in the dark? I mean, like, you don't even see them. You don't even know what there are. It's green eggs and ham. I say, could you in the rain? He says, I would not, could not in the rain, not in the dark, not on the train, not in the car, not in the tree. I do not like them, Sam. You see, not in the house, not in the box, not with the mouse, not with the fox. So when I eat them here or there, I do not like them anywhere. He is a lunatic. I say, you do not like green eggs and ham? He says, I do not like them Sam I am. I say, would you with the goat? Because I understand cultures. Like maybe maybe you have to have more protein options on the plate, so that's why I asked him. He says I would not connect with the goat. I don't know where this man is from. I don't know what his deal is. I say, could you on a boat? Some people like different landscapes while they eat this. Some people want to be aesthetic. He says I would not on a boat. I would not with a goat. I will not eat them in the rain. I will not eat them on the train, not in the dark, not in the tree, not in the car. You let me be. I do not like them in a box. I do not like them with a fox. I will not eat them in the house. I do not like them with a mouse. I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere. Dramatic. You see, he's dramatic. He says, I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, say my hand. I say, because at this point he's just being a pain in my ass. I say, you do not like them, so you say, try them and you may. Try them and you may, I say. You know what? I got on his last nerve and he caved in and he said, Sam, if you will let me be, I will try them. You will see. So, I give him the plate. He picks up the fork. Has a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Guess Guess what the lunatic says after he says he doesn't like them? He's big fat smile on his face. He says, say, I like green eggs and ham. I do. I like them, Sam. I am. And I would eat them in a bowl. And I would eat them with a goat. And I would eat them in the rain, in the dark, and on the train, and in the car, and in the tree. They're so good, you see. So he says, so I would eat them in a box. I would eat them with a fox. And I would eat them in the house. And I would eat them with a mouse. And I would eat them here and there. Say, I would eat them anywhere. And then in the end, this crazy, deluded lunatic, pessimistic, he says, I do so like green eggs and ham. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Sam, I am. That's why I don't step outside. That's why, I try to be the light of day in somebody's afternoon, somebody's day, somebody's whole, you gotta push people. You gotta convey. You gotta sit up here and build the imagery and stuff. Just for them to try something. Like, I can't do it no more. Like, I'm so irritated.